Welcome to Bari-Chatz with Nina
and Pam
of Bari Bestiez.
No sugarcoating here. We are talking bariatric life in all its realness.
The wins,
Setbacks,
food noise,
grief,
regain,
self-care,
nutrition,
movement,
motivation,
and mindset.
So if you are ready for honest, empowering conversations, you are in the right place.
We are serving straight up truth about our experience as bariatric patients.
So grab your water, your courage, and remember,
we are stronger together.
Hey, bestie.
Hello.
So, I know we've been kind of chit-chatting at night, and we're both
Yeah.
staying up a little bit later than normal.
Yeah, I'm back on that crazy sleep schedule again.
Oh, how
well,
did we undo that?
It's not even, I don't know.
Because you were doing so good.
Um,
So I think that we both have the same issues kind of going on right now, where
Mhm.
we are exhausted and we feel like we're hungry.
yeah.
And so we're nighttime snacking.
Yes.
Yes.
And we're not snacking on protein and veggies and,
I am going to tell on myself. I haven't had this since before surgery, 4 years ago almost. I had a bowl of cereal, a bowl of the grams, the
golden grams.
golden grams, but they have the sugar and cinnamon on
You
them now.
bad girl.
I know. And I did use Pro-Life milk. I mean,
Well, see, you
Fairlife
wouldn't have
milk.
done that
Yeah, I used the
before.
Fairlife milk, but I also had the bowl that was like this.
No, and before you would have had like
I would have had the box.
the mixing bowl.
But the thing is I knew better than to eat that.
Yeah.
That was for the girls. That was the granddaughter's cereal.
Oh, yeah. Because
And
you don't have that in your house.
I don't keep cereal in the house because it was a huge slider for me. Before bariatric surgery, I would eat cereal every night before bed. I would have ice cream or cereal or something like that. But, now I feel like I get out of my stressful day at work. I've had to work a lot longer hours in the last couple of months. And by the time I get off work, Billy has brought me my dinner while I'm working. So by the time I get off and I start to decompress, then I'm like, I want food. I need food, but I don't really need it. It's the cravings and the.
When you're getting your dinner at your desk, you're not focused on the nutrition.
No.
You're still doing what you need to do.
And you're just kind of biting.
And you're just eating. And that's where I will overeat. I get that one bite too many. My big thing lately is I'll do great all day long. Hit my protein goals. I will get the fruits and veggies, drink my water. And then it'll be 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Randy goes to bed at 9, not 8:59, not 9:01, 9 o'clock. That man is in bed, out.
Marine.
Yes. And I don't go to bed till 11, 12, sometimes 1 a.m. And here I am standing in front of the refrigerator or a cabinet, just staring like I used to. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm here for. I don't know what I want. And I find myself wanting just grabbing the quick things like cheese and crackers or popcorn.
Yeah.
The other night I had potato chips, actual potato chips, something I have not had.
So what I'm hearing is sweet, salty, crunchy.
Yeah.
Which is all the things pre-surgery that we would go to after 8 or 9.
Not a bit of nutrition in any of those.
It's all just, and the worst part is it goes through you so fast, you don't usually have the full cues. And that drives me nuts. And that's why they call it a slider food, is because it slides through and you don't have that.
Yeah.
I also feel like sometimes after working so hard, you're like, I just want to reward myself. And we used to reward.
I deserve it.
I deserve it. I've worked hard. I did great all day. Why not? Well, we're going to undo everything we did great earlier in the day. But by rewarding ourselves, why are we doing it with food when we know what that does to us?
The first couple of years after surgery, I rewarded myself with going to the gym.
Yeah.
Going hiking, going walking. Granted, I did a lot of hiking this past weekend. We hiked so many miles. I think one day it was like 16,000 steps.
Wow, that's impressive.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And we were going, up and down. Like there was a lot of like man-made steps. We were going up and down those. We were in and out of caves and stuff. And it was like a full circle.
By the way, tell him I no longer believe him when he says his knees hurt. because he could do that.
Yeah. Oh, they hurt him. Trust me, they did bother him, but he did it for his knee brace.
I got it. But you guys really got a
But
lot of
hiking
work
is
in.
different than walking or running or working out
Or
for
being
some
on
reason.
concrete
Yeah,
or
and
asphalt all day. That's different.
we also use hiking poles.
That makes a huge
Yeah,
difference.
and he can take a break every once in a while.
So let's take the I'm hungry or am I hungry or am I exhausted to pre-surgery.
Mm.
When we would eat late at night, like I was saying, I would eat a bowl of cereal or a bowl of ice cream before bed. You know, food was comfort.
Oh, it was comforting. Sometimes it was out of boredom. Uh,
It also it a lot of times it was about stress, emotions, habit, and it was a habit for me. I'd been doing it since I was a kid. I can remember as a child we didn't have ice cream, or maybe we just didn't have dinner because money was tight, and we would have bowls of cereal
yeah.
and we would do breakfast for dinner. And so I think um, when you're highly stressed and you're highly emotional, whether you're going through grief or stress or just, and as a woman, sometimes menopause, perimenopause, or being on your cycle, your emotions just really hit an all-time high. And most women and men, some as well, when you're hitting those emotional peaks and valleys, you go into food. It seems to be what we do
And
anyway.
if you're not getting the right amount of sleep,
Yes.
that, sleep affects your hunger hormones. What is it? Satiation.
Oh, it well,
I never could say that word.
no, the hunger hormone is
Yeah.
adrenaline, but you're not feeling satiated by the food that you're eating.
Yeah.
And when you're exhausted, I know the nights that I work through the night and just it's a constant go, 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 go. All I want to do is snack, and I want the sugar, I want the crunch because it helps me stay awake for one.
Yeah.
But it's definitely stressing, and I've done that recently too.
Well, with me, I'm not sleeping well, and I feel like the lack of sleep does affect my eating habits, like what I want. Because when I know I'm tired. Like I could honestly go to bed at 9:00
Why don't you?
and sleep. I don't know.
I have to ask.
I don't have an answer. I don't. I find sometimes that I've stayed up to eat because
I ate that bowl of cereal after Billy went to bed.
yeah, it's like I've caught myself doing the same thing I used to.
Hiding the
Wait
food.
until my family went to sleep and like he can't hear me in there with the bags and the
Yes, but once he goes to sleep, he's asleep if it's like my husband. But, I think one thing that as a bariatric patient we forget and we don't focus on is that surgery changes your stomach, but not your mind. And so as we are stressing or going through an emotional moment, our immediate trigger, and I say trigger, the immediate thing that we want to go to is what we went to in the past because it's comforting and it's food.
You know what else is? After he goes to bed, the house is quiet. I have the family room to myself. I have the TV to myself. It's the first time all day
that you've been alone.
that I've slowed down and I've been alone and I've just stopped. And the first thing that happens is the head hunger comes in.
Yes.
The fat brain comes in because what I do pre-op, I ate. That was my time to eat. And it triggers that.
Well, the carbs that we eat when we're having those moments give us a quick endorphin rush, I want to say. It seems more appealing when you're exhausted or you don't want protein takes time to cook, or even if you went to a protein bar,
it's still not
enough.
Yeah.
And stress emotions, and triggers, they're going to happen. Poor sleep just increases your cravings.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I definitely know.
And think about the things that we have on our plate. Work, family. We're both grandparents. We have adult children. We work, even though they do not live with us anymore.
Right.
We constantly worry about them.
We worry.
You have
people think
just
why are you
life.
worrying about them? And it's like because they're our family. That we will
They're
never
still
stop.
my children.
Yeah, we will never stop.
I can promise you, I'm 57 years old, and I know my dad still worries about me
Yeah.
because I'm his child.
You're lucky if your parents worry. That's the way I look at it.
True.
So,
Say it louder for the children in the back.
so let's have a little discussion about good cravings versus bad cravings. What are some things that you
Oh,
notice
wow.
when you're craving? Like,
Oh.
what are you dealing with when you have the bad craving? What are you dealing with when you're having the good
Oh,
cravings?
I
What
never
kind of thing?
thought.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought about that. Like, is there certain foods I crave when
Hmm.
I'm happy or
Yes.
when I'm sad? Okay.
Yeah. I know for
And
me,
I do.
I do. I crave sweet and salty, or I crave chocolate, which I never craved before. Things have
When you
changed.
are
When I am stressed,
stressed.
I
Like
crave
work
chocolate.
stress.
Yes.
Okay,
I
work
crave
stress.
chocolate. I
Okay.
crave sweet. When I am sad, I crave salt and
Okay.
crunch. And I know,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and I don't know why. And I sat there and thought about it for a little
It's a
while.
stress relief.
It's a stress
That
relief.
that
But
sound
yeah.
that and it kinda it like kinda drowns out all everything going through your
Yes,
head.
that's exactly it. So
Yeah.
a lot of time we're in an emotional moment,
Mhm.
we're thinking and
Yeah.
thinking, uh, and it just
Yeah.
it makes it worse because we're thinking about it.
Well, think about it. Sweetness, chocolate and cakes and cookies on it. Think about that. That you want that when you're like feeling good, you're happy, you're
Mhm.
emotional. But if think about it, when you're a kid, you're your happiest when you're like with, you know, like your friends and doing fun things. Like,
Mhm.
you're going to a birthday party. There's cake,
Sweets.
there's ice cream,
Mhm.
there's sweets. You're going trick or treating. There's the candy. It's Christmas morning. You open your stocking. You've got candy. And I think that a lot of that is.
I was thinking about that too. And
Hmm.
one thing that I think would help us a little more is I know if I eat something, I judge myself, I shame myself. Like having
Yeah.
that bowl of cereal, I never told my husband I had it.
But it felt good while you were eating it. You were fine. But the minute you put that
The minute I
bowl and spoon in
realized,
the sink, it's like, what have I done?
and not just that, I hid it. I waited till he was asleep.
Oh, yeah. You washed the
I
spoon in the
washed the
bowl and put it
dishes.
back.
Oh, I made sure there was nothing. I hid the bag in the trash. I was
Mhm.
like, oh, wow, this is pretty major.
And he probably won't even notice.
No, he wouldn't have.
Nor
But,
would he care. It wouldn't stress him out like it
right.
does us.
And so I was coming up with, why am I so weak? Why did I give in after 4 years of training and teaching
Yeah.
and all this stuff? Why did I give into that?
Do you ever ask yourself, like, the big questions we would ask a Bari bestie? Like, am I really hungry?
Or am I tired?
Am I tired? Am I stressed?
Am I lonely? Because
Yeah.
sometimes, like, my husband travels, my son's living his life, and
Yeah.
I get lonely
Am I
sometimes.
overwhelmed? I get overwhelmed. When I get overwhelmed, which happens at work a lot,
Hmm.
I go for the sweet and salty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my bad is that I'm not hitting my protein goals. And I know that because I just started tracking again. And when I actually started tracking again, I realized that is why I'm having the
Yeah.
problems I'm having.
When I'm tracking, I'm hitting it because I'm constantly thinking about it. But if I don't track, I either go way over or way under. I
I,
had one day last week that I thought I had a great day. I
mhm.
thought I did good. And so I was like, I'm going to log my food. I logged it. I had 60 grams of protein and I thought I did great.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? In our minds, we are giving ourselves permission
Yeah.
because that's how we used to do it. But we know after all the training as a bariatric patient, as all the health stuff that we've been through, that we need to be putting protein first, but we're not doing it when we're dealing with these things.
Yeah.
I know I undereat. That is mine. I get up, I have a shake because I'm not a big
Yeah.
breakfast eater.
Mine is, I'm never in between. I'm either undereating or overeating.
Okay.
And the overeating happens at night when I'm stressed. Uh, Thursday we had the pre-K graduations,
Hmm.
which was two back-to-back graduations, set up and clean up in between each one.
Yeah.
I was exhausted. I'd already worked. I went into work. I left my house at 6 a.m., started work at 6:30, 6:45,
Hmm.
worked at the school till 4 o'clock, left there, went straight to the venue, did the graduations, clean up in between, set up for the new one. the second one, and then clean up the whole thing afterwards. By the time I got home, it was almost 8 o'clock. I went home. Randy had made taco bowls. Nice, healthy choice. I ate the taco bowl, just lettuce, tomato, the taco meat, and a little bit of cheddar cheese. That was it, and some black beans. Um, and I got up and I went in to put my PJs on, and I just felt so like that drained exhaustion, like I'm going to drop, like I could fall asleep right here. And I remember I went in, put my PJs on, and I just laid down on the bed with my phone, me and Prince, my dog, and I was just going to scroll for a little bit. Next thing I know, Brandy wakes me up coming into the bedroom, and he's like, "What are you doing in here?" I'm like, "What do you mean what am I doing here?"
Exhausted.
I'm like, "I fell asleep." He's like, "It's 9:15." He wasn't used to that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get up. Normally,
You'd have
I
gotten
would have
back.
got up, went in the bedroom because he goes to bed, and I would watch my shows, and then I would go to bed later. I didn't. I was that exhausted that I went right on back to sleep, and I slept until 7 o'clock the next morning. Best night's sleep I ever had, and I had no late night eating.
That's good. I think that's part of it is we are dealing with so much stress at our jobs. I know both of us have stressful
Just
jobs. And
it's different types.
it's different types, but ultimately we still feel the same stress,
Yeah.
and you're dealing with people every day. You're dealing with children and their parents. I mean, that's a stress in of itself,
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
satisfy everybody and also keep your center very healthy and clean and
Yeah.
not in trouble.
Compliance.
Compliance is the word I was looking for.
Compliance, the key word.
But I know when I'm stressed also, I don't eat. I go from not eating during the day to overeating at night. It's like in
Yes.
the morning, during the day, somehow, because I'm so busy with work, I'm not eating. But soon as I turn my computer off and shut my office door
Mhm.
and I go into the living room or the kitchen, and all of a sudden I'm looking for sweet, salty, whatever it may be.
I caught myself starting to, because we were on vacation for those 3 days and we were having fun, and I always let go a little bit.
Yeah.
And I found myself Tuesday morning when I was getting ready for work, made my cup of coffee. I just got up, and instead of going to my norm, which would be fixing maybe some of the protein bread, toast it, put some avocado on it or peanut butter, something like that, or a Greek yogurt with some almonds and stuff. I didn't do that. Or boiled eggs, things I always have done for 4 years. I caught myself looking for something carby and sweet like I would have 4 years ago. Like, is there a donut in this house? Is there, a cereal bar? Is there some? What am I doing? And thank God we didn't have any.
Yes.
So I had my coffee, and then I was like, I'm not even hungry. So I was looking for something I didn't need, and I didn't really even want it. I wasn't even hungry at that time.
So when we have emotional exhaustion, from what I understand, our cravings switch. Maybe you actually want quiet, less responsibility. The one you and I both have trouble with, letting someone else take over.
Delegation.
We both have issue with this. We delegate, but then we still hover and make sure you did it right. You don't let it go.
Because we get tired of having to redo it.
Yes. We want a break, we want a vacation, or we just want to relax, even if it's a nap. And that's really a lot of times what our body is actually craving, but instead we're reading it as a food or carb craving.
Because not every craving is about food.
Right. That is correct.
And we turn everything into a snack.
Yes, we do.
The answer is not always a snack.
We should be called the snack besties instead of the Bari Besties. I mean, to be honest,
maybe the answer is sometimes just going to bed, like I did the other night.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've actually am very proud of my husband. I've been very snacky recently, and he's like, now, of course, in my past life, I would have wanted to smack him for this.
Did he call you out?
He said, "Do you really need that?"
Oh, but
Yes,
that's what we need.
But we need it.
That's what I would say.
It made me mad.
You wouldn't get mad at me, though.
But you're right. I wouldn't get mad at you. And it made me mad not because he was wrong, but because he was right. And I was craving ice cream, And normally when I crave ice cream, I will take yogurt, just like my I have a cheesecake yogurt that I like to get
Oh, I
from
love
Dan
that
and Fit.
stuff. Yeah.
And I add strawberries, blueberries. It's usually 2 strawberries and a small handful of blueberries. Chop them up, put a little bit of protein granola. It's a parfait, and it's
Yeah.
delicious. But instead, I was griping that we hadn't gone out and couldn't get to the ice cream. And he's like, "Do you need it?" And I was like, "No, I want it."
Had a little bit of emotional depletion going on there.
I definitely had some emotional depletion. So, let's talk about our different worlds, but how we
Ooh,
come to the
yeah.
same issues. And the reason we want to bring this up is because while we are in very different lives, very different jobs, very different stresses, ultimately, we have the same exhaustion. So,
Mhm.
Pam, let's tell me a little bit about them, a little bit about what you
Oh,
do, and
wow.
and
Well,
how you deal with it.
I'm a preschool director. Most of you know that, but I average 10 plus hours a day, and it's constant text messages and calls, and like I have a phone on my desk, and if it's not a classroom calling, for a bathroom break, because teachers can't just
Hmm.
leave a classroom out of ratio to do what they need to do, so they have to call us. That's one of the things I'm there for.
Yeah.
I do have floaters, but sometimes I have them tied up in classrooms doing things too. So, it's constant, I need this, I need white construction paper, I need glue, not being prepared for your day.
Yeah.
I need to go to the restroom, or so and so bit so and so. Can you come back here and look? Or I need you to check this child's temperature. This child needs medication.
It's
It's
a
constant.
constant.
And I get my steps in. I do get some steps in, I'll tell you that. But there's also, you have tours coming in and out. You have parents that need things. Don't get me wrong. I love my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. But it's a constant, and no day's the same. It's a
Yes.
constant battle of the brain. This week, let me tell you about this week. So we came off of an amazing 3-day weekend of hiking, but I was exhausted, but it was a good
You
exhaustion.
were
I
physically
was
exhausted,
physically
not
exhausted, not
emotionally.
emotionally. And I went in, and, then it was like, we're starting a new curriculum. So
Hmm.
we're implementing that. Getting everything ready, getting all the trainings set up, and I have to do all the trainings before I can train them on it. So
Hmm.
I'm doing that. It's also the last week of the academic year. So we had children leaving, new children bringing in paperwork. Then we had 2 back-to-back graduations. Then Friday was the end of year parties, parents coming in and out,
Plus the
teachers needing
foods.
stuff, the foods. Oh my goodness. And I was okay. I
Oh,
did good
good.
because my preschool one teacher, Miss Aisha, thank you very much, Aisha. She said, Miss Pam, we have a veggie tray there, beautiful veggie tray that
Hmm.
these kids will not touch. And we have some different cheeses, hard
Hmm.
cheese. So I made a plate of that, went to my desk, and that was good. And I had a little bit of protein that I had with me. I had some chicken. So that was good. But normally, you know, before surgery, I definitely would have had, some potato chips and dip. I would have had, cookies, cupcakes, donut holes. Like one of the classrooms had one of the moms and dads sent in full Chick-fil-A meals for the whole
Oh, wow.
classroom. And then another mom brought in donut holes, and another one had it cupcakes and cookies. And it was movie day.
Wow, that
So
was a busy
it
week.
was a very busy week, and they had popcorn, and
Hmm.
it wasn't my air popped,
It was real
no,
popcorn.
but it had the butter and the salt and everything on it,
Hmm.
and the cheese, you name it. But also compliance. I have to keep the entire center, in compliance with Virginia licensing, as well as our quality assurance QA with the corporate. So
Hmm.
it's a lot of responsibility, and
Hmm.
I think about it nonstop. I'm responsible for all children. Employee files, background criminal history, sex offender checks, all of those things. Making sure there's CPR first aid. We just had a CPR first aid class the Thursday before I went on my 3-day weekend. So it's just nonstop movement and thinking, and I don't shut off when I leave at
I
6
don't
p.m.
either. Yep.
because then I get, that teacher that, oh yeah, I forgot to ask you this
Yes.
question. Or you get that one that says, hey, I got home and my son's running a fever. I need to call out for tomorrow,
Yep. And then you have to schedule and change
Yes.
and all that stuff.
Or worse, you wake up at 5 a.m. and you go ahead and get your shower and you're drinking your coffee and you're getting ready to roll out the door and you plug your phone into your car and all of a sudden you have 3 messages because so and so's calling out and this one's calling out and that one's running late and
Mhm.
so yeah, just and summer camp starts Monday.
So you've been very busy. And so while we have different jobs, again, I'm going to say it again, we are both just exhausted because we're
Mhm.
constantly on the go. I know that I'm a CRM systems manager supporting our critical business systems at my company, and I'm responsible for maintaining and improving our system. And so when something goes
Mm.
out, I've had emergencies for the last 2 weeks. And what it is we're doing upgrades. And anytime you do an upgrade, there's always something that goes, or we're trying to improve our data because a reporting has been off because we've got some
Yeah.
duplications in our systems. And
And then there's that one thing you do. I sound so funny. I'm not IT. I call IT a lot though, trust me. Where like what is it called? A launch or something?
oh, a go live.
A go live. Thank you.
And I've had a couple of those recently.
Those are crazy.
Because they take my whole weekend. So, I currently
The
work
launch.
work anywhere. No, it works. It's the same thing. 10 to 12, sometimes 14 to 24 hours. It really just depends. My day does not stop just because the clock says 6 p.m.
Mm.
My day stops when the emergency is over, and I can't. People don't understand. Well, you can leave it for tomorrow. Actually, no, I can't. Because when
Yeah.
people come in tomorrow, they're expecting the problems to be fixed.
Yes.
And I only have me and someone else on the team. So, and the other person is in India. So I deal with different time zones. I have people across the
Yeah,
United
because
States.
how do you deal with that time?
That's part of why I go in early, somewhat early, so that we have at least 4 or 5 hours together. They work a couple hours, then I come in, we
Oh.
work together, and then I'm usually covering the evening. And so it's a lot and it's constant. And because we're constantly trying to upgrade our system and making it better, because it's been in a little bit of a bad shape in the past. And now that I'm in this position, I'm knee deep in just trying to clean it up. And I'm working with everybody with I'd like this to happen. I'd like that to happen. Well, guess what? Sometimes what you want is not what you're going to get.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you that because you have to make the system work the best for everyone.
And we are both people pleasers. You more than me.
But
I've
I've
started learning how to.
actually,
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I got this big sticker. It says people pleaser off.
I love it.
And I have been really not been a people
Good.
pleaser recently. I think hearing that at that event that we went to in Florida,
Yeah.
having that discussion really just
Oh
opened my
yeah, that
eyes.
was a good one
Yeah,
because
she was amazing.
we were both kind of like, were you talking to me?
Yeah, don't you love it when somebody or you're listening to a podcast and all you're saying, are you calling me out?
I know.
But here's the thing. I work from home and people have tons of misconceptions about people that work from home. They're like, oh, you have it easy. You can go do your laundry. You can go clean the house. When? Because once I get on the computer, I don't get off of it until the end of the day. I might hop
Mhm.
off to go to the restroom or let my dog out or something like that. But that's it. I am
Yeah.
literally stuck to my chair the entire time. And, we actually started working with Rob of Busy Bariatrics, and we were supposed to be going to these calls and doing these workouts. And unfortunately, my job, it's like, do I do my job or do I get fired and get to go do these
know.
other things? And it's trying
It's
to
like
find that balance.
this is paying your bills, but at the same time, we we love working with Rob, and we
We
do
do.
benefit.
We do benefit. It's just we're not able to do all the things.
Yeah.
And it's not because we don't want to. I want to. It's the fact that I can't figure out how to get it in there. And so I'm working on that
You
thing.
know, Rob, right now, you know what he would say to us?
Put it on your calendar.
Yeah, put it on your calendar.
What did he say? Don't sit in your
We
issues.
don't sit in our issues.
No, we do not. But, I'm also in connection with my team all the time, whether I'm on or off work.
Mhm.
And that's because if a system emergency comes up, I need to be available to deal with it. And somebody was like, why are you on? I'll be honest, my manager asked, why are you on? You're supposed to be off. Well, somebody asked me a question, I responded.
Mhm.
Why am I going to wait till Monday to answer
Yeah.
this question if I can answer it very quickly and they can move from there?
And if you're like me, in your head, you're going, and if I hadn't popped on,
Did somebody have been
then
upset
on
about it?
Monday,
Mhm.
it would have been a different issue, and we'd be having a different conversation. So there's no right or wrong. You're between a rock and a hard place. Like
Absolutely.
if you let things slide, it's like something happened that affects Monday 5 minutes before we closed on
Yeah.
Friday, and I let the other people know, but I'm not dealing with it. No, it's Friday. I'm done. I used to, I would have stayed. I would have figured it out. I would have made it happen. I was like, no, no, that person didn't do what they were supposed to, so they can have the consequences on Monday.
And see where I am, if I wait for something like that, the system is going to be down Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
and then Monday they're coming in and everybody's griping they can't do their job. So,
And I don't have that.
yeah, and that's where, I don't think everybody understands that the system that I work on is a core system for our company. And so if it goes down, our customer service can't work, our sales can't work. I mean, it's
And
a
it
done deal.
affects a lot of us, whether we know it or not.
Yeah. Guys don't always understand the IT, but I guess what we're trying to say is we come from very different jobs, and our lives, while they're similar in the bariatric sense, very different otherwise. And I actually think that's why it's so good to have the both of us together on this journey, because you come from one kind of lifestyle or job and your past and how you were brought up.
Yeah.
I come from a very different, but together we still have the same issues.
They're getting the best of two different worlds.
Absolutely.
Or the worst.
But,
it doesn't matter where you come from.
No.
There's stress in every job. It's just different. It's not different levels of stress. It's different types, different reasons.
Yes.
And your brain knows when it's tired.
But you don't know that you're tired.
You don't know you're tired, and you don't always listen.
Do you ever have this? Because I do it often, where I know I'm exhausted. I know I'm flat out exhausted. And this happened yesterday. Billy and I went into town. We were going to go see a movie. I was just not feeling it because I had a feeling if I went into the movie, I would fall asleep. And because I had just been exhausted. I've been yawning in the middle of the day. I never do that.
Yes.
This last week, I've been yawning in the middle of the day. And I was on a call and yawned the entire time.
That's why I went to bed the other night. Yeah. And I was exhausted because I was yawning. I don't yawn.
Part of me is happy that my husband's out of town this weekend because I can go to bed early and not have to deal with the snoring and actually get a good deep sleep. I love him dearly. And now I understand why his mom and his dad slept in different rooms. He gets his snoring from his mom. But anyway, I feel like when your body is like, I'm tired, but you're not going to bed.
I'm like a 3-year-old trying to avoid naps.
Exactly.
I might miss something.
I know. I'm going to miss my show, or I'm waiting for Pam to respond to me.
Yeah.
Or
like I have actually sat there with my eyes, like forcing my eyes open because I just sent you a very important message, knowing I'm tired and you're probably asleep. But what do? I wait. I'm sitting there, eyes like this. I wake her up to ask her a question.
Yeah. And then I'm awake now and I'm exhausted.
And I'm sitting there going, is she going to answer me? And then I see the little bubble start. I'm like, okay, good. She's typing. And then it'll go down. I'm like, crap, she stopped typing. Maybe she just read it. Okay, should I respond again?
Right.
Maybe I should send it again. Maybe I should tell her, never mind, we'll get it in the morning.
I think you hit a nail on the head. This is the age of instant gratification. But it also is the age of cancellation, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not at the top of your game, if you're not responsive, you're not resolving other people's issues.
People write you off.
You get written off.
Family and friends and
you could lose your job. You could, because they're like, you're not responsive enough. But then if I'm too responsive, then my manager's like, you're not getting work-life balance. Well, who calls me not to have that work-life balance?
Work-life balance. What's that?
There's no such thing. I don't care who you are. And I got very passionate because this is an area I know we talk about often, but we don't actually talk about it with them.
No.
And I feel like you and I talk together.
We complain about it.
Yes, constantly. Because not only are we employees, we're wives, we're moms, we are Bari Besties. I know with work being the way it has been recently.
I'm going to stop you there.
Okay.
You just did exactly what we learned not to do from Dr. Dovek. What was it?
I'm me first.
The bariatric patient was at the bottom. You were at the bottom.
Yep.
You said wife, mom, employee,
Bari Bestie.
Bari Bestie. Not once do you say, I'm Nina.
Yep. Then that's exactly it. Dr. Laura was the one that was at
it was Dr. Laura.
And actually, we're going to have her on Bari Besties.
Yay, I'm excited. I love her.
And guys, if you're listening to this, hopefully you got through our initial, we were kind of just getting warmed up this at the beginning of this. We have I'm so excited about our next guest speaker.
I know.
Dr. Connie Stapleton. I just feel like we've hit the jackpot that we're finally being seen by people that we have
Yes.
been following.
And we're
Look,
bringing
I've got goose chills.
we're bringing content to our Bari Besties.
Yes.
Not just listening to us yap. You're getting,
Experts.
information from experts, and I love that
I
for
do
us
too.
and for you.
Yeah, exactly. And some of what I really enjoyed, Dr. Connie Stapleton was my first podcast I ever listened to, ever. And she was bariatric centered.
Yeah.
And now she has that new podcast that she started, and I still follow her to
And
this
mine
day.
was OSLP, which is the first episode I watched was the one with Dovec Diaries.
Oh,
And that's how I learned about her.
See, it's just look at the full circle that comes
Yeah.
around. But what we're
Who
trying,
knew?
right? So if you get anything out of this podcast today, you need to be first. I know that in the beginning of our journey, our doctor and our support staff told us, you need to put yourself first. It's the hardest thing to do, but once you get it, you'll see why. We did that for the first year.
Yeah.
But after that first year, life started getting in the way, and we
did
started.
self-care.
We were talking about that earlier.
Mhm.
Listen, all
Late
right.
night snacks is not self-care.
No, late night snacks is
But
not.
it feels like it.
Facials, long hot
Yes.
baths, getting to bed
A
so that
walk
you.
after dinner.
Billy and I
I
actually,
used to do it every night.
my husband and I decided, we were talking yesterday, and we were like, I'm going to start crock potting again. I gotten away from
Mhm.
that, where neither of us are having to actually cook. And so we can get home, we can eat, we can go to walk, and then I'm not having to clean up so much cleanup stuff, wash so many
Yeah.
dishes and stuff like that. And then it prepares multiple meals. But I've quit preparing. I've quit self-caring. I've quit taking care of me.
We both did.
Even though I tried to say I'm not people-pleasing, I'm doing it in a different way now. I'm putting others before myself.
You're doing it without it being asked nowadays.
Yeah.
I do that too.
Mhm.
It's like I'm so well trained that I try to fix things for other people before it happens,
Mhm.
or
do the
as I
same.
see it happening.
Same here.
Something we have on our notes here. I need to put this on my refrigerator. Maybe I don't need another protein bar. Maybe I need a pillow.
Oh, I
I'm
love
putting that
that.
on my refrigerator.
I love that. I think also we need to ask ourselves, why are we at the refrigerator? Why are we actually in here? So if I know you probably didn't get a chance to listen to it yet, but there was Rob's had a guest this past week, and it was about the pause.
What?
Taking a pause.
I have not listened to his
I haven't
yet.
listened to the whole thing, so I need to go back and finish it. So if you get a chance, go check out Rob DiMidio, Busy Bariatrics. I'm trying to remember the guy that he had on, but it was just out this past week.
Okay.
And it's about taking a pause before taking a bite, before grabbing out of the refrigerator, before responding to somebody's reacting.
It's in my queue on my lineup for my podcast.
Yeah.
I have them all. They pop up.
Yes. So, having the ability to take a moment, to take a breath before you respond to an email. Because I love to say my previous email, in other words, bitch, listen. I'm one of those people that I'm trying to get my job done, but I am also trying to make sure everybody else knows what they need to do to be able to work in our system. And I can't do everything for everybody, even though I try super hard. And that's what I need to quit doing. And that's why I'm working all these crazy hours, because who else is going to fix it? I don't have a huge team right now. I don't have a team that can manage everything because we're all pulled in so many different directions. So who's going to do it? The person that owns the system is me. So it's on my shoulders to get it done. And I don't think my manager and I have had conversations, and if he listens to it, because I told him about this, and he's like, "Oh, that's cool." I'm like, "I talk about you," but who's going to take care of it? It's not going to get done in time. People are going to be griping, so it's better that I go ahead and take care of it. But people don't see that work.
No,
they're like, it's working. The system's working. Yep.
So back to the sleep thing.
Yeah.
We've talked about the things we crave,
Mhm.
when we crave them, what we're feeling.
Mhm.
What helps you avoid late night snacking?
Going to bed.
Other I knew you were gonna say that.
Well, what it
So
is my husband's been trying to get me in bed before 10 o'clock.
I'm the nighttime snack goblin club.
I love
I'm the
that.
president.
CFO. I hate the snacks. I'm just kidding. No, I think what keeps me from eating is going to bed. It really
Yeah,
is the
because
only
you know
thing.
that night when I went to bed because I was exhausted?
You didn't snack?
No, because I just need to work a 16-hour day every day and then I'm tired.
No.
No.
But you know what we do need to do is Billy's been trying to get me. My husband has to be up at 5 a.m. For his benefit, I've been trying to go to bed with him. But I sit there and my brain starts going off and I can't sleep. I got one of those bone speakers that you put inside your pillow. And I listen to a podcast. I like crime mysteries. So I fall asleep. So I never hear the full thing. But I'm asleep within 30 minutes. And it would take me hours to fall asleep.
I sleep with your ear pods. Yeah, I sleep with brown noise or green noise in my ears all
Okay.
night long. And whether I go to bed at 9 or 1 a.m.,
Mm-hmm.
the minute I hear that sound, I'm asleep within 10 minutes.
Mm.
So I know if I can go get into bed at 9 o'clock and fall asleep, I'm tired.
I think
I'm
we
not
need
going to
to.
fall asleep if I'm not tired.
I think we need to set a sleep schedule.
Maybe use our calendar.
Use our calendar. Yes,
Uh,
Rob. And I think that's it too. Is if I can get to bed earlier, maybe I can get up earlier and get my workout in, so I get it before my day gets going.
There you go.
I
Do you do better if you work out in the mornings or at night?
If I could work out in the morning, I do better because if I work out at night, it wakes me up.
I do better if I work out at night. When I was going to the gym after work every day, that first 18 months after surgery, I didn't let anything interfere. I got off work on time. I left work on time. I went home. I got my gym stuff together. I ate some protein, got my water. I went to the gym. I did 1 to 2 hours workout. I would come home. I would shower. I would have like maybe a half hour downtime and I would go to bed. I would be tired and I didn't let anything stop me. I had protein before I went to the gym because that was usually my dinner. And then I had maybe a protein shake or some, small amount of protein on my way home from the gym or after I got home.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. There was no late night snacking. Didn't even think about it.
Why aren't
So
we doing that now?
I wish we had the answers to that.
And I think that's part of what a lot of people are probably dealing with, especially when you're past the 1
Because we
year.
let old habits creep in. We welcomed them in,
We
and
did
we,
because it
they-
felt relaxing
we
and
went
comfortable.
from this crazy lifestyle of obese
Mm-hmm.
to, okay, I'm having surgery today. Everything's cut out. We went from A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we do that now? Why is it so hard? It should have been harder in the beginning than it is now.
Yeah. Now I feel like it's harder to restart.
I think that's what it is.
It's because and I'm not saying restart our food because we're not doing bad on food. Yes, are we
No.
snacking, but we're not
And
spending our
we're not
energy.
gaining, 50, 60 pounds or anything like that.
No.
But we're just not fueling our body with the nutrition that it deserves.
Agreed. I had somebody ask me the other day, "Are you done losing weight?" And I
I
said,
hate that question.
"Well, first off, why are you asking me that?"
Yeah.
They said, "Well, you said you're bariatric, and usually people that have gotten to their goal are much smaller."
Who was that?
So yeah.
Don't give me the
So,
name.
and I was like, listen, I said, my original goal, I was 26 when I started. My goal was to get to a size 12. I got to that goal.
Yeah.
And then I kind of slacked off. And I think that's what happened is I got to my end goal and then I was like, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I haven't, if I gain 4 or 5 pounds, and then I lose it. And I gain 4 or 5 pounds and I lose it. And that, to me, that's okay. But it made me think, well, maybe I shouldn't be saying I'm a bariatric patient anymore because I don't look like one. That's what went through my head.
But what does a bariatric patient look like? Because think
Exactly.
about it. We have bariatric warriors out there that we know personally that were 600 plus pounds.
Yeah.
And now they're at 250 or 300.
Right.
They're still a bariatric patient.
Yeah.
Are they at their goal? No. But
They're
they have
definitely alive.
lost,
Yeah.
my goodness, 300 or 400 pounds.
Yeah.
And then you have those that started at like 250 and now they're at 160, but they're still a bariatric patient.
Mhm.
As long as we have to eat smaller meals, monitor our protein intake, our water, take these supplements, we are bariatric patients because we had the surgery.
Mhm. So
Who is this?
it was just a question that somebody asked.
I'm sorry.
No, it was just a question that somebody had asked on Facebook, and so I was like, and I know social media, you got to take it with a grain of salt. And yes, do I realize I have arms? I take this as a, what do we call it? A
Badge of courage.
badge of courage, because this used to be full. It's
Mhm.
not full anymore.
Yeah. And we also had, this was like twice the size it is.
Oh, I
I had
know.
some meaty arms.
I couldn't wear bracelets, and now I do.
These rings that come off of my thumbs really easily,
They used to be on my
they
ring
used
finger.
to be on my ring finger.
Yeah. So, hey, those are NSVs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think one thing we have to realize with that part is we're always going to be bariatric patients. We decide where our goal is,
Yeah.
not society and not anybody else, but making sure we get the rest that's needed, that we have our self-care, that we do the things. I mean, if you think about it, what is Besties based off? Self-care, motivation,
Mm-hmm.
movement, mental health, and nutrition.
Yeah.
And are we hitting our 5 pillars? That's
No, we're dancing around them.
yes. And that's the thing.
There are days I hit them,
Yes.
and there are days that I just kind of weave in between. I'm gonna choose this one and this one
Mhm.
today.
And that's the thing. We get out of our habits, the good habits. Not that we're saying anything's good or bad, but we're getting out of our bariatric habits
Yeah.
the further out we go. And that's why it's really important that you get support, that you stay with a group, that you follow podcasts, that you
Mhm.
remind yourself how important it is and remind yourself where you started.
Yes. And we want to remind you guys, that's why we share our ups and downs, all the hills and valleys,
Yeah.
because we want you to know that we get it.
Mhm.
We are not perfect. We don't want to go on social media and paint this picture
Mhm.
that, oh, I lost all of this weight and I'm great. I never make any mistakes. I never eat a carb.
I never struggle.
I never have dessert. I never skip, workouts. We
Yeah.
do all of those things
We
because
do.
we are still human.
And that's the thing, guys. We live our lives and we have very busy jobs.
Mhm.
We live our lives to the fullest. We're doing things now that we weren't able to do at our heaviest weights. We're happy. I know I'm happier than I've been.
Oh,
I wish I
goodness,
didn't have to work as much, but I'm happy.
yeah.
And I feel good about myself. And it's been a long time since I felt good about myself.
I'm glad I no longer have to wear stretchy pants and drawstring pants.
Right? Oh my gosh. I'm just glad that, I can bend over, touch my toes, and not hold my breath.
I wish I'd discovered leggings a long time ago. My best friend, leggings and a tee.
That's right.
So where does that leave us? What's our goal for tonight?
Go to bed.
Go to
Like I
go
told
to
you.
bed?
I told you. Billy's out of town.
Not we meet in the kitchen at 10 p.m.
No, no, no. If we do, we're going to call each other. Again, if you're on the Bari Besties, call your bestie.
Yes.
Be like, hey, I'm struggling. I'm looking at my cabinet right now. And
Yes.
and what should I do? And I'm going to go to bed and vice
There you go.
versa.
But we do have a dinner tonight, a family
Yes,
dinner.
we do.
And so what we always do,
Mhm.
we split a meal,
Mhm.
and we still have a meal to take home with us.
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing is preparing. And I think that's what I've learned most in the last about 6 months is that I got out of preparing. Like
Meal prep is big.
meal prep, but also planning to go out. So when going out,
Mhm. Look at the menu before you go.
yes, get an idea of what you're going to have. If you're going to have pasta from a restaurant, realize you need protein with that pasta. Get the chicken, eat the chicken first,
Mhm.
then have a little bit of the pasta. We're not saying you can't have the foods. We're saying be smart about how you have it. And we're not saying you can't have late night foods, but you need to ask yourself, why am I standing here in front of the fridge?
Yes. It's one thing to have, like something like at 7:30, 8 o'clock, because you have friends and family over, you have visitors, and you got little hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that, and you guys are doing a movie night or something.
Yeah.
But it's another when it's 10:30, 11 p.m., your whole family is asleep, and you're standing in the kitchen alone in the refrigerator door like a 3-year-old looking for a snack.
Well, and the other thing is, are we hiding it again? Remember when we were
Yeah.
obese, we used to hide our food. And so if we're waiting till everybody else is asleep, we're doing that habit again. And I think you nailed it on the head earlier when we were talking about when we were working out, we were eating properly. We were so tired from the workouts, it made us go to bed earlier. And then we didn't have the late night snacking. So it's really, what do we need to do? We need to get good sleep. We need to exercise. Oh, wait a minute. That's nutrition and self-care and movement.
Movement.
So there's 3 of our pillars.
But it's also
Mindset.
mindset.
So the only one that doesn't get touched is mental health.
Mental health.
But it is. You know why? Because if you're exercising, you're too tired to give a shit. I'm not kidding. You really are. I can remember working out and being too tired to care if somebody hurt my feelings today. I was too tired to stress about everything else.
Yeah.
And I think it touches on all 5 by adding movement back in. It touches all 5 of our pillars.
Wow.
I didn't think about that till just now.
Look at that.
Look at that.
We learned something new.
Every day.
We taught ourselves something.
I know. But guys, just remember to ask yourself, am I hungry?
Or am I exhausted?
Have a good one, besties.
Good night.
Bye. Why is ProCare Health Bari Bestiez preferred choice for bariatric vitamins and supplements?
They are designed specifically for bariatric bodies.
They have complete daily nutrition in one easy dose.
No fillers, no junk, just quality you can trust.
Tastes great and easy to stay consistent.
Saves patients 49 to 61% on their monthly supplement costs compared to other leading brands. They believe in quality over cost.
They're backed by real results in a community that cares.
Because after surgery, your vitamins shouldn't be complicated.
Go to procarenow.com. That's PROCARENOW.com and use the code Bari Bestiez. That's BARIBESTIEZ at checkout for 15% off your order or subscription. That's a wrap on Bari-Chatz. Besties, it's time to close the mic for now.
Thank you for joining us on this journey of honesty, laughter, and all things bariatric.
Through the highs, the lows, the food noise, and the NSVs.
We hope you found connection, inspiration, and maybe even an aha moment along the way.
So follow and subscribe Bari Bestiez on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Want a behind-the-scenes up-close action? Join us on YouTube and don't miss a moment.